You ever have those days, or maybe weeks, or even months, where you just feel completely drained, totally cynical about your job, and just ineffective? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. It's a feeling that brings up one of the biggest questions we're all asking about work today.
For years, the answer we've been given is pretty simple, right? Just be more resilient. Practice more self-care. But what if that's only telling half the story? Well, we're about to dig into what the research actually says about the real causes of burnout. And let me tell you, the answer might just surprise you.
All right, first things first, what are we actually talking about when we say burnout? The term gets thrown around a lot, but its official definition, it's surprisingly specific.
Okay, pay close attention to the wording here. The World Health Organization calls it an occupational phenomenon, not a medical condition. That is a huge distinction. Why? Because it means the problem doesn't start with you. It starts with the workplace environment itself.
So, burnout basically shows up in three main ways. First, there's that deep exhaustion. The feeling that you have absolutely nothing left in the tank. Then comes the cynicism, where you start feeling super detached and negative about your job. And finally, you get this feeling of, uselessness, like you're not making a difference anymore. Do any of these sound a little too familiar? Okay, so if burnout is really a workplace problem, what is it about our jobs that's causing it? Let's zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture here, the system. This quote, man, it just hits the nail on the head. The real game changer is when we stop asking, what's wrong with me? And we start asking, what's wrong with the work? And look, this isn't about blaming anyone. It's about actually understanding the environment we're in. And hey, this isn't just some random idea someone cooked up. It is backed by decades of research. These two pioneers, Christina Maslach and Michael Leiter, they actually pinpointed 6 specific ways a job can be a bad fit, creating like the perfect storm for burnout. And here they are, the big 6 mismatches. You can see it's so much more than just having too much work. It's about having no control, or feeling like your hard work is never rewarded. It's about a breakdown of community, a lack of fairness. You see where this is going. Any one of these can be a huge driver for burnout, but when they become chronic, yeah, that's a recipe for disaster.
Now, this doesn't mean we're just helpless victims here. Not at all. Even though the system is the main driver, how we choose to respond and, protect ourselves within that system, that absolutely matters.
Just take a look at this. On one side, you've got the external stuff, right? The job. Things like a crazy workload or zero support from your manager. But then on the other side, you've got our internal responses. Things like perfectionism or having really poor boundaries. You see how they feed each other? An excessive workload is way worse when you're a perfectionist. It creates this vicious cycle.
So, what's actually in our control? Well, a lot, it turns out. It can be something as simple as changing how you define success, focusing on progress, not perfection. Or setting real, healthy boundaries. Yeah, I'm talking about actually turning off your work notifications after hours. And hey, remember, asking for help from friends, colleagues, or a professional, that is a sign of strength, not weakness. But let's be absolutely crystal clear about something. This quote from Dr. Brian Adibi says it all. We can't yoga our way out of this. Individual wellness stuff is great. It helps us cope, for sure. But it is not a cure for a broken workplace. No amount of self-care is going to fix chronic understaffing or unfair company policies.
So where does that leave us? It leads us to the only real, sustainable solution, and that is a shared responsibility. And the research on this is totally clear. The most effective way to prevent burnout is to tackle it from both sides. You have to support the individual, yes, but you also have to fix the system. It is not an either-or situation, it has to be both.
So for anyone in a management role, a lot of this just comes down to leading by example. It's not just about doling out work fairly. It's about creating a culture of trust and psychological safety. And seriously, if you're a manager sending emails at 10 p.m. on a Tuesday, you are part of the problem. You're modeling the very behavior that leads to burnout.
And then, zooming out even more to the whole organization. This is about designing a workplace that stops burnout before it even starts. We're talking flexible schedules, clear policies on time off, fair pay and promotion processes, but it also means really investing in capacity planning so people aren't chronically overloaded. It's about building a better system from the ground up.
Okay, so we've looked at the symptoms, the system, and the solutions. So what's the one big takeaway here? What's the most important thing to remember?
Let's end on this. Burnout is not a weakness, it is not a sign that you're broken, it is a signal. A powerful signal that your work environment is broken. It's a flashing red light telling you that one or more of those 6 mismatches we talked about is happening. It needs to be fixed. It's a call to action for us as individuals to set boundaries, for managers to lead with empathy, and for organizations to build a fundamentally better way to work. The real question is, are we ready to listen?